Um, Thank you for that presentation. I hope all of you guys are coming back from break. We're going to move into our next session. We're going to have our lovely YAB member, Calista Nelson, and students from W.E. DuBois Regional Middle School's ADL program. ADL is a World of Difference Institute. It recognizes that attitudes and beliefs affect actions, and that each of us can have an impact on others and ultimately on the world in which we live. The Institute's customizable interactive training programs are used by schools, universities, law enforcement agencies, and community organizations throughout the whole United States and even abroad. It has training modules and standard-based classroom curricula incorporate the last research from the education field. They help participants recognize bias and the harm it inflicts on individuals and society, build understanding of the values and benefits of diversity, improve intergroup relations, and confront racism, anti-Semitism, and all other forms of bigotry. I would like to introduce them now.
Well, thank you very much. This is Ben Doran. I'm the principal here at DuBois Middle School, and I'm here with a bunch of students, which is really exciting. It's 7th and 8th graders with us here today. That was a really great introduction. Thank you about our Anti-Defamation League's World of Difference program. So thank you. From what I understand that we're here today, we're really honored to be invited because there's a lot of work to do around bias and hate in our community. And I think it's really important that we address it in the schools directly. And we had this opportunity many years ago to start this training. So we have some students who are 8th graders with us today who were trained back when they were 5th graders, which is great. And we have some students who were trained just last year who have joined us. So what I'm going to have them do is I'm actually going to have each of them introduce themselves, who they are, and then from their perspective, what they think the ADL program is, and then also, which is exciting, what they're doing in our school district. So that's really good. So I'll get started on the list. Each one of them can unmute themselves. So let us start with somebody who's in the conference already, Lily Haskins-Vaughn, if you will start us off with answering those questions, who you are and what ADL means to you, and just real quick, what a small thing that you're doing, a part of what you're doing.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Lily. My pronouns are she, hers. I originally joined ADL through student council at school. The ADL people wanted all of the student council members to get trained. So that's how I was trained originally. To me, ADL is a safe place to talk about difficult issues without fear and to help make the world a kinder place. And then what I'm doing with ADL right now is me and some of my peers are working with grades 1 through 2. We've planned 5 different sessions to work with 1st and 2nd graders. And we're going to be going into their classrooms through Google Meet to just teach them about bullying and identity and bias to hopefully institute these things at a young age so that as these kids grow up, they already have, they're less biased and they know how to deal with bullying and all that sort of stuff.
Thank you, Lily. Next, let's have Leela Bell.
Hello, I'm Leela Bell. Kier said my pronouns are she, her, and I joined ADL through a recommendation of a teacher in my school. And I find ADL a place to talk about certain cases in the world and find ways to stand up for them through speech, and just a great place to talk about anything. And I'm really glad I joined it because it's taught me many things about actions going on in the world. And I am working with the 3rd and 4th grade groups to help teach them about how to fight against bullying, bias, or possibly racism in the world. And I think it's a great way to teach people.
Great, thank you. Can we have Keely go next, please?
Yeah, no problem. Hey, I'm Keely. I use she, her pronouns, and So to me, ADL is something, like my group mates have already reiterated, is something where we go into our classrooms and we just educate, because educating is such a vital, important part of ADL, and it is one of the main parts. Just like we educate on bias, we educate on each individual terminology and specific things of what we're doing. And I'm working with my peer group, 7th and 8th graders, on fighting these issues. And what my group is doing is we are definitely focusing on really educating and honing in on what these things are and what homophobia is, what racism is, and the history behind it. Because you may know it's bad, but we need to have people educated. It's not enough to just know it's bad. You need to know why it's bad. And so that's what my group really hones in on. And so far we have gone pretty close. We have our first unit focused on homophobia, and going forward, we're going to have other units focused on, lessons focused on, and we are planning to go in virtually and teach about these things.
Great. Thank you, Keely. I'll have Ariel go next.
Hello, my name's Ariel Dominguez. I'm an 8th grader. My pronouns are he, him. ADL to me is mostly about way of teaching people how racism and bias works in our community and how we can help with it.
Great.
I wasn't.
Yeah, good. Go ahead, Ariel. No, I want you to explain about what you're doing. Yep.
I'm involved with ADL mostly because of a recommendation. I just said, let's do it. Why not? It was a new thing to me, and I wanted to branch out and do new things. And I am currently working with Callista and the assistant principal from Monument to create a connection between the high school and the middle school.
That's great. Thank you, Ariel. Let's have Willa go next.
Hi, I'm Willa. I joined ADL through a teacher recommendation. Yeah, what ADL means to me is that we're taking baby steps towards making the world a nicer place where people can live comfortably. Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Willa. Griffin?
Hi, my name is Griffin McElroy. I'm an 8th grader here at DuBois Middle School, and I joined ADO through student council. I was encouraged to join to be part of a safe place where you can educate others about discrimination, bias, and hate. And I'm working with the 7th and 8th graders to create a safe place where people can learn about everything that's going on in the world and get a good history about bias, hate, racism, just so they can educate others. Because we want to make a space in our school where everyone feels connected and just understands what's going on in the world. So thank you.
Thanks, Griffin. Max, you can go.
Hi, my name is Max Wood. I'm an 8th grader at DuBois Middle School. I was encouraged to join ADL by some teachers, and I figured it would be a good fit because I like learning about real world issues, and ADL has done a good job about educating me about them. Right now, I am working with some of my peers to teach 3rd and 4th graders about being pro-kindness and pro-human rights and working against hate and bias. And I think it's especially relevant where I live, even within my school, because we deal with ableism, anti-Semitism, homophobia, etc. So that's why I like ADL, and that's why I joined it.
Thanks, Max. Digby.
Hello, I'm Digby Kerr. I'm in 7th grade, and I joined ADL the first year it was on because I was part of student council that I got recommended for. But to me, it means it's being able to, I joined it so that we could make a difference in the community, and even though we're not making a huge difference in the world at the moment, this will give us the ideas we need to do it later on.
Thank you, Digby. Is Annabelle on this call? I don't think so. Just going to pause for a second. Yep, got it. Thank you. All right, and I may have jumped the gun. Calista, I may have jumped ahead of you. I apologize. So I'm not sure what the next step is, but I'm happy to give it back to you. Yep.
Is that everyone?
That was all of the, yeah, all the peer leaders. Thank you.
All right, excellent. So once again, my name is Calista. I've been working with these kids for ADL for maybe about a month and a half, and it's been so awesome to learn about like the types of leaders that they are in their schools and the types of leaders that they're going to be in the future. And so I did a little bit of my own self-reflection, and I asked myself, what does it mean to me to be a leader? And I thought about it, and I think my conclusion is that my answer is quite flexible. I think that there are many ways to be a leader, and I think that that's what makes our community thrive and succeed and continue to grow, is when we have different types of leaders working together. So for me, being a leader means to stand up for my values and to stand up for others. To me, being a leader means to be kind and to encourage others to work hard and do their best and succeed. And I think as we're learning and discovering who we are, we can get caught up in this idea that a leader is someone that is the best at everything, or is super hardcore, can make these tough choices, doesn't really need to listen. But in my experience, I find that the best leaders, or at least the ones that I've experienced at least, are those that can recognize their mistakes and those that continue to learn. And the most successful leaders are those who set the example of the person that they want to see more of. And I think that all of you have these qualities. And these kids in ADL, it's been amazing to see that they've recognized that they have these qualities so young. So then I asked, how do we become leaders? And I think that the answer to that question is actually much simpler. I don't think it's about becoming a leader. I think it's about recognizing yourself as a leader. If you look on the screen, you're going to see the acronym for leader: learn, encourage, advocate, dependable, empathy, and respect. This acronym has come up from something I found on Google and also from my own values. So I think we all have aspects of this acronym, and that's what makes all of us leaders. You know, you're going to continue to use these skills throughout your lives. You're going to succeed with these skills. So I don't think it's about becoming a leader at all, because that's what we all already are. We are leaders. It's about having the confidence to recognize that you have the ability to lead. So we're going to jump into some breakout rooms. I know it's a little early, but in these breakout rooms, I really would like all of you guys to discuss with each other what it means to you to be a leader, because I really do think that it can be different for everyone. And when, upon leaving this conference, I want you guys to try to remember that, you know, how to be your leader and to continue to redefine what it means to be a leader to you.